As we all know, Brother John was appointed the referee for this Old Firm, but there's been a meltdown following that. Of course there would, be, and it's been labelled unfair as the conspiracy theorists have been told who the real victim is. Drumroll please, who do we think that it's unfair on? Is it unfair on us? Is it unfair on Celtic fans? We've seen Chris Sutton cry about it, but let's go a wee bit older than that. Let's go into the Coffin Dodger Arena. And Hugh Keevins has actually called out the SFA for this, which is baffling. And he says the appointment of John Beaton for Celtic's visit to Ibrox is unfair on the referee, so not unfair on any of the teams, which I think is fair enough. Guarantee you this, come Sunday, 3 o'clock, whenever that review is going to get, no matter what happens, I will not greet about the referee. I will not label the defeat solely being done to the referee. If it happens, of course, I do think Rangers are going to win. I may as well get that out there. But, of course, John Beaton, he was on VAR for that controversial Celtic Hearts game at Tynecastle, which has obviously turned people the wrong way. So, yeah, Celtic fans are not impressed with him. So, Hugh Keevins has pretty much said that this shouldn't happen and that they shouldn't be firing him into the frying pan like a fried egg. We do like our eggs. Will there be soft eggs on Sunday? I'm not too sure, but let's see what Hugh Keevins said. He said, we've had this 48 hours worth of controversy following on from the appointment of the referee, and I think the appointment was unfair on Brother John, John Beaton, because people that genuinely believe that Brother John, John Beaton, is appointed to that match because he will definitely favour Rangers over Celtic. Yeah, but right. See, as much as Hugh Keevins is correct, there is Celtic fans that genuinely believe that Brother John, proper Rangers man, season ticket Brother John, is going to be out there favouring Rangers over Celtic. Is that a reason not to appoint this guy as referee? Because there are some crazy Celtic fans out there. Here, there's crazy fans on both sides, right? I seen a Rangers fan do the full stadium tour at Celtic Park just to whip off his top and show the fact he's got a Rangers top on underneath in the Celtic dressing room. To me, that's sad. That's obsessive behaviour. I'll call it out, right? But just because some Celtic fans believe that Brother John Beaton is unfair towards them and will favour Rangers, does that automatically mean that this guy can't? That's so unfair. It's not like it's literally been deemed that this guy is a Rangers supporter and he's, purposely went against Celtic and not gave them any decisions. Just because of opinions doesn't mean we can't ban this guy for refereeing the match. Now, yeah, there is a certain hate crime bill that because of opinions you can be banned and probably get 7 years rammed up your arse. What the Celtic fans want John Beaton in jail for 7 years for what he's done to them, even though it was Don Robertson that was on VAR that day at Tynecastle. But he goes, now my response to that would be, why? And this man had trouble before from supporters off the park because of this fixture. Why would a man bring all that down upon his own head? I think that conspiracies about penalties and the referee, that's why I wish they had not appointed John Beaton, because it's unfair on John Beaton. You could argue, right, that it is unfair on John Beaton. But just because Celtic fans have whipped up a conspiracy doesn't automatically mean that John Beaton, how's it? It's the biggest game in the country. It's the biggest game in the world. It's a bit unfair that John Beaton wouldn't be able to referee this game because Celtic fans think he favours Rangers. It would be. And it's the same with Kevin Clancy. He's refereed Rangers since. I believe it was a cup game. Obviously, Rangers thought he got unfair treatment, so to speak, at the Old Firm at Parkhead. But there's a lot of Rangers fans that don't want Kevin Clancy anywhere near refereeing their games. But who are Rangers fans to say that Kevin Clancy can't do it? Now, yeah, Rangers did come out and say that they don't want Kevin Clancy refereeing their games. Brendan Rodgers came out and pretty much said about John Beaton he's incompetent, and if you're calling a referee incompetent, that pretty much does suggest that you do not want him refereeing your games. So it is 6 of one, half a dozen of the other between both of them. And Chris Sutton has come out and said the exact same thing regarding the big man, Brother John Beaton. He's pretty much repeated the exact same thing that Hugh Keevins has says, but kind of leaning more into the conspiracy side of things because, of course, it's Chris Sutton. Of course he was going to do that. He's been twisting the knife all week. I'm surprised we haven't heard more stories this week about how Rangers get every single decision known to man. And they don't, Celtic. But Chris Sutton, Hugh Keevins, they're not exactly a fan about it, and he did a complete daily record calling Chris Sutton on it, and he says it's a power play appointment from the SFA, and he slammed them. I mean, come on, power play. What does he think it's a case of the SFA going? Well, guess what, Celtic Football Club, we're in charge. You don't want brother John at your games? We'll put him in your biggest game, a season-defining game. Pathetic, man. Like, I just don't get this wrapping the noose around your team before you even kick the ball. It's pathetic. We don't know what's going to happen on Sunday, right? And for Celtic fans to cry about conspiracies, if you look at the past couple of old firms, if one team's been shafted by decisions, it's not been the green side, it's been the blue side. So it's pathetic, but I would absolutely love Rangers to win 1-0 with a dodgy penalty on Sunday, because it would turn into an absolute meltdown across the board, whether it be on YouTube or you know the phone ins. It would be incredible. Twitter, ever. Come on, 1-0 and a penalty. It's no a penalty. See those penalties that Chelsea got last night against Man United, which were a joke, by the way. I genuinely think if either one of those two penalties happened in the game on Sunday, there'd be a war, because they were two dives. It was pathetic, man. It just shows you, though, careful what you wish for, because people are saying, oh, bring in English referees, they'll know how to referee. They won't. It's just as pish down in England as it is up here, VAR. I think it is a bit better across Europe, but no matter where you go, man, you're going to get shite referees. So the referee talk about conspiracies and all that, it needs to get dropped, man. Tinfoil hats and all that good stuff. We just need to accept it. You know what? See the first Old Firm this season? I thought Rangers were hard done by with that decision. Does it change the fact we were shite? Yes. No, it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Rangers were pissed. That's why Rangers lost the first Old Firm. It wasn't because, that chance. Yeah, would that have put Rangers 1-0 up? Is that a potential game-changing moment? Yeah, but Rangers had a lot of time for that goal to react, and they didn't. They played pish. They created like one opportunity. Sam Lammers went round the goalie and put it in the side net instead of the back of the net. So as bad as the decision is, there was time to act on that. Same with the handball with Alistair Johnston, right? Yeah, it should have been a handball, right? But it was offside, but they didn't even bother checking for that. So even if they gave it, Celtic would have been hard done by. But the reality is, we were hard done by, even though it looked offside. But it was 1-0 at that stage. Still time to fight back into the game. So I don't want to hear these excuses about 1-0 down, it changes it. Of course, it changes it, but you've also the players on that park at the chance to change it. I think red cards are different. If you go down to 10 men like with 80 minutes to go, I think that's different. That completely changes the aspect of the game. Balogun did get sent off, by the way, which I thought was questionable. But we're not here to talk about the last Old Firms. We're here to talk about this Old Firm. And John Beaton, the appointment is unfair. But Rangers preview will probably be up on Saturday. Today is Friday, so we'll have to wait and see. But big game, man. Title decider. Doesn't get much bigger than this.